and welcome to Hot Money on Bloomberg Quint Live, India's first digital live streaming business news service. This is a show which gives you a complete wrap of all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. I am Darshan Mehta. Let's welcome our experts on the show. Joining us today are Singh of StockAxis, Parar of Choice Broking, and Rahul Randeria, who is an independent market expert. Many thanks to all of my guests for joining me. Before we begin with the show with our analysts and experts, let's bring in Yash Upadhyay, who has a chart on Tata Motors. Good afternoon, Yash. What does the chart indicate? It was quite on a big run, but now it's indicating a sell now.
That's right, Darshan, because we've seen a phenomenal rally for Tata Motors. Most of the indicators suggested a big buy signal, and we had a phenomenal rally from the levels of about 150 to as high as 250. But over the last few trading sessions, there has been some amount of weakness coming in, and that up-down journey for Tata Motors seems to be a never-ending one. This time around, the MACD indicator at least is suggesting that there could be further weakness coming into the counter. The lower panel over here, that is the MACD indicator in the blue line. That has given a negative crossover. What I mean by a negative crossover is the fact that the blue line, which is the MACD line, has crossed below the signal line from above, which indicates that, you know, we could see again the stock coming off from the levels of about 218 right now to sub 200 as well.
Okay, so Yash, the last time this happened, and historically if this has happened, what has been the average return?
So the average returns over the next 1 month period, Darshan, for Tata Motors is close to 5%.
So that's the historical trend that has happened.
Right.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Yash. Brijesh, what's the sense that you are getting on Tata Motors?
See, what Yash has said is absolutely right. There would be a profit booking, but if we take a broader time frame of the chart, till stock doesn't break the previous swing high, that was somewhere around 204, or the previous swing low of 195, I'm believing that the 200 or 204 should be acting as a support. So if someone wants to play as a contra call regarding a buy side, right now the stock has been quoting somewhere 218. So 200 to 204 should be used for an accumulation purpose with a strict stop loss of 195, and again look out for the target of 235 followed by 255 in a 2 month or 3 month of time.
But right now at this 218 you wouldn't do anything?
No, it should be avoid and should be used for a sell purpose, but if someone has a view for an investment for 3 months plus, then it should be used for accumulation purpose.
Okay, Rahul, what's the sense you have?
Yeah, good afternoon. If you look at the daily charts, the stock is showing some sort of weakness at current levels. Some sort of selling pressure has emerged after a significant rally. But when we switch over to the larger degree chart, say weekly, it has formed an engulfing bearish pattern. Still a couple of hours are there. I feel that we could see a negative closing today. But furthermore, on the quarterly chart, it has formed a morning star pattern, which is a trend reversal pattern after a very long sell-off in the stock. So definitely any correction further from current levels, maybe the ideal level to accumulate would be around 200 to 190. A larger degree chart trend is showing reversal sign. So anybody who wants to invest for maybe for next 1.5 or 2 years, definitely we could see 310, 320 coming in Tata Motors. Okay. So any pressure from current level should be used as a buying opportunity.
Okay, Kunal, is that the same sense that you also have? The other two guests have indicated that accumulate at lower level. Is that what you also sensing?
Yes, I have the same view. On a smaller time frame, stock formed a tweezer top along with a bearish Harami cross formation, and after forming that formation, stock plunged up to the level of 214, and still I'm seeing some downside movement up to the level of 198, 200 level. So at this level, my suggestion would be like to avoid this stock. Wait and watch strategy would be like fruitful, and if it comes up to the level of 198, 200, it would become a good buying opportunity for longer perspective. And after that, I'm seeing somewhere around again 240, 250. So at this level, one should avoid this stock, and if it plunge up to the level of 200, then one can get into the stock.
So I think it's a consensus view. No doubt, if our analysts do indicate that start accumulating at levels of sub 200 to that level, there is potential of a 20% downside. But the ideal strategy would be to accumulate Tata Motors at that lower level for a longer term upside on the counter. So that's the first stock that the Bloomberg terminal had thrown up. Let's start with the first stock that our analyst friends have here. The first stock we want to talk about is UltraTech. Brijesh has a view on it. Brijesh, if you can join me. And clearly, it's been the stock of the past 2 days. It's rallied more than 12% in the 2 days. Do you believe that this rally will continue?
See, obviously, Darshan, this rally would be continuing, but at this point of time, I would be avoiding. Let it trade somewhere around 4575 to 4585 would be the ideal level to buy. As we are seeing, the stock has been trading on the higher top, making a higher top-bottom formations around the previous swing high has been broken. Even the oscillators or the RSI indicators are giving the higher lows formation. So overall, what I'm looking on the chart is the stock would be consolidating in the range of 4575 to 4600 around. This level should be used for an accumulation purpose for the time frame of 1 month to a 2 month with the stop loss of 4375 and play for the target of 4950. That is the first target which I'm looking, followed by 5100. And stock is yesterday it has made a 52-week high of 4686 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so you're saying accumulate anywhere between 45.75 to 80. Should they even take a little bit of position because it's a large stock? It's a high value stock. The price movement will be this thing. So does it make sense for someone to start accumulating, let's say 10-20% at this level and then accumulate at lower level, or only accumulate at lower level?
See, if someone has a view of 2 month plus, and with the scattered way of investment can be done at the present rate also, there is nothing harm in it. But the deeper it if it trades, your risk reward ratio would be in your favor.
Okay.
That is the main concern. Suppose if it comes around somewhere around 45.50 or say 45.75, then your risk reward ratio would be in your favor. So that is my concern in that way.
Okay, so it's a bullish call coming in. Thank you so much for that, Brijesh. Rahul, what should one do on UltraTech? What are you reading onto your charts?
Yeah, Darshan, if you look at the larger degree trend since May 2017, the stock has been forming a downward falling expanding channel, and after a good result we have seen a sharp spike up of maybe 600 points. So definitely that would be a fuel for further rally. Any correction from current levels, maybe the ideal level to enter around will be 4500 to 4400. Larger degree trends has now emerged as a positive, so it should be a buy and dip strategy. But long term, I feel that stock has potential to test the levels of 5500. Initially, we could see some sort of consolidation because of the 600 point of rally in the just 2 days. But definitely, any correction should be bought for a target of 5500.
Okay, Kunal, is that the sense you also have?
Yes, Darshan, I have a bullish view on the counter. If you look at the monthly chart, the stock has entered into an uncharted territory with above average volume. And if you talk about particularly monthly RSI, then it's showing breakout of its downward falling trend line, and there is a further space to move up. So based on the RSI indicator and based on the way stock is trading, I have a bullish view. Stock might touch 4810, and if sustained, then we may see 500 plus 5000 plus target.
Okay, so that's the view that's coming in. Accumulation, long-term targets in excess of 5,000 for UltraTech. It's trading down by close to 0.5% in trade today. Let's pull up the second stock, and that's from Rahul. It's on Biocon. Biocon came out with its numbers. You can have the chart, Rahul. You can come in. Came out with numbers which were in line with estimate. Hasn't done much in trade today. It's basically consolidating at this level. But what's the strategy that one has to follow on Biocon, Rahul?
Yeah, Darshan, if you look at from September 2018, the stock has been forming a nice triangular pattern overlapping in through the channel. It is on the verge of a breakout. Oscillators are also going positive. Now, yesterday we have seen a decent consolidated number. The stock is on the verge of a breakout. So definitely for long term, the stock is poised for a sharp rally after if it seems a breakout. Definitely some sort of accumulation has happened at these levels. So we could see a rally coming towards from the current levels. Definitely short-term traders can also buy at current levels, maybe for 5 to 7% upside. But definitely larger degree trend seems to be positive. I feel that stock can test this levels, which is just coming around 680. So for next 2-3 months, if anybody wants to buy, can accumulate with a stop loss of 585 for a target of 680.
What's the breakout point on this counter?
It is just about maybe 635.
635. The only reason I'm asking is because I understand this line you've joined the lower this thing. How did you get this line? Because shouldn't it be on the higher side here?
Yeah, I have tried to test all the multiple tops.
Okay.
Maximum tops is this. If you look at
okay.
Maximum tops has been tried to test.
And
so
should they buy at this level? Or?
Yes, definitely it is a buy, because if you see, current candle is also showing a long-legged doji with a shadow. So in coming days we could see a breakout.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in on Biocon. Thank you so much for that, Rahul. Kunal, what's your sense on Biocon? It's trading absolutely flat. What strategy should they employ?
Darshan, at this level, if I talk on a weekly chart, the stock has been trading in a tight range. Downside strong support comes at 603, upper side strong resistance comes at 635. So stock has been trading between these range since last many weeks. As well as if talk about weekly RSI, then weekly RSI has been facing a strong resistance of its downward trending trend line. So based on these indicators, Darshan, my view is like to wait and watch. At this level, if it close above 635, then definitely it will be a buy indication. Buy call would be there for the target of 682 and more above it 695. So at this level, my consensus like wait and watch strategy would be like fruitful.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in. Brijesh, what should one do on Biocon?
See, it's been trading in a very narrow range of 30 rupees, 630, 635 on the higher side, followed by 595 or 599 on a downside. Even the simple moving average, 200 simple moving average is somewhere around 624. So I'm not looking stock would be outperforming right now. It would be consolidating in this range itself only. But whereas the buying side has been concerned, if it trade somewhere around say 600 or 605, then one can take a buy opportunity with a strict stop loss of 575 or 580 and look for the target of 650 plus.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in. While Rahul is bullish on Biocon, the other two analysts do indicate that's a wait and watch approach because of a consolidation that they're seeing. The third chart we want to talk about and the stock we want to talk about is Kunal's call. It's on Dr. Reddy's. Kunal, if you can come in. Basically, one of the best performing pharma stocks is managed to move up. If you look at the Nifty Pharma Index, that along with Divi's Lab are the two highest the stocks which have given the highest return on a YTD basis. So, do you believe it hit its 52-week high yesterday? You think that again the trend will continue? It's managed to cool off today.
Yes. Overall, Darshan, if we talk about this part, the over here stock form a descending triangle formation and stock gave a breakout of its lower band of descending triangle formation somewhere around 2707, and after giving a breakout, stock made a low below 2000. And again over here, if we say then the stock has formed a replicate vice versa movement of the descending triangle. Over here stock is forming a ascending triangle formation on a weekly chart, and the stock has sustained above this upper band of its ascending triangle formation. So it's like a clear indication for the stocks to move up, to move upside. Stock can accelerate its upside movement, and if you see this red line, then it's like one can say it's a multiple resistance line, and stock has been continuously trading above this red line since last 4 to 5 weeks. So it's like clear-cut indication for an upside movement. However, if we talk about MACD, then MACD is above zero line, means it's a zero line, which indicates a strength as well as what is the MACD?
Yeah, that will come. I think we've taken
yeah, this MACD trading with a positive crossover above zero line, it indicates a strength with positive break. And if you talk about RSI, then RSI has also given a breakout of its smaller tight range. So based on this RSI, based on this MACD over here, we can see RSI. So based on this MACD, based on this RSI, and based on this ascending triangle formation, I can say that the stock may accelerate its upside movement up to the level of 3345.
3345. Should they buy now? Should they wait for a correction?
Yes, one can buy at this level, and if it plunge up to the level of 2875 even, then it would be a best buying opportunity with the SL of 2725.
Okay, just one final question. How important is this line? How did you get this red line?
Miss, this is like Darshan, you can see over here it's like a multiple support as well as resistance line. Before this part, red line was acted as a support line. Over here you can see first, and over here there was like a small resistance line. Here over here you can see small resistance line, and after taking a support of this over here, stock made a good high, but after taking a breakdown of this, stock made a low below 2000.
Okay.
So we can say it's like strong resistance line at this level, and it has become a good support for the time being.
Okay, many thanks for that, Kunal. Rahul, 2900 is where Dr. Reddy's is, 5 rupees lower than that, 2895. What's your strategy?
Yeah, definitely. Darshan, if you look at the chart from the bottom, it has slowly and gradually managed to make higher tops, higher bottoms. It has managed to break and surpass its pain area. So definitely the momentum is building up with the stock. But last couple of days we have seen stock rallying from the levels of 2770 to 2950. So maybe some sort of cool out could be seen. Larger degree trend seems to be positive. So maybe I would be buying around maybe 2850 to 2840. for a target of 3050.
Okay, Brijesh, would you also be bullish on Dr. Reddy's?
So at the present rate, I would be avoiding because I'm not looking stock outperforming right now. No doubt today's session, it has made a 52-week high. But if it trades somewhere around below 2840, then definitely one can take a buy call with a stop loss of 2700 and look for the target of 3050 to 3100.
Okay, so it's a consensus bullish call that's coming in. Obviously not at the same level. It's a buy on dip counter, but targets in excess of 33,000 are being spoken about. Let's start with the second round, and this time Brijesh has a call on HPCL. I think it's been a while since we had HPCL being spoken about, but nevertheless, it's a buy on dip. Why are you bullish on this one?
See, Darshan, in your channel as well as different business channels, I have been recommending from a level of 225 onwards. The stock was been trading in the range of 210 on downside, followed by 265 on the higher side. The stock has broken that range. We have seen the stock been consolidating in the range of 280, 85 on the higher side, followed by 240, 245 on the downside. Previously, the stock has been taking a support at this range of 245 to 250 odd level. Even the trend line breakout has been witnesses with increase in volume. Even the RSI, it's been making the higher lows formations if we check it out from year to year. So the thing is what, not at this juncture I would be buying, but anyhow if it trades somewhere around 270 around, one can take a buy call with the stop loss of 245 or 250 and play for the target. If we check it out, the previous this line, the yellow one line, it is 295 high. So this would be the ideal first target, followed by 325 the second line, which is the previous swing high.
Okay.
So these are the two targets, and the time frame to hold the counter would be 1 month to a 2 month.
Okay, so that's a bullish call that's coming in. Thank you so much for that, Brijesh. Rahul, HPCL, what's your sense?
Yeah, after we have seen some sort of cool off in the crude and again a spike up. So definitely the stock has seen a rally from the levels of 245 to 280. The momentum is positive, but there is a major resistance in the range of 290, as he said. So definitely that would be the main bottleneck area. Once it breaks, then we could see a reversal. So as of now, still maybe 3 to 4% upside is seen, but one has to wait for 290 to be breached and sustained about those levels. If it consolidates and trades about those, then we could see an extension of rally towards a level of maybe 325. Definitely the momentum is positive, but at current juncture I would wait for a dip, maybe around 270 to buy with a stop loss of 250 for a target of 325.
Okay, and Kunal, what's your sense?
Yes, sir, at this level my strategy is like wait and watch, because on a weekly chart 200 weeks moving average 200 weeks moving average comes at 285, and stock has been facing this moving average as a strong resistance since last many weeks. So if stock sustain about 285, one can say let's say 290. So if stock sustain about 290, then after that we will see a good upside movement up to the level of 321. So at this level my call would be like wait and watch strategy. Let it sustain about 290. After that it will be a good buying indication.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in on HPCL. The next chart is from Rahul, and it's on HCL Technologies. Let's pull up HCL Technologies and what it's doing. It's up. Rahul, if you can come in.
Yeah.
It's at 1142. What makes you bullish on the counter?
Yeah, if you look at the overall chart, the stock has came at these levels after 2015, and immediately if we look at the current pattern, it is forming a breakout from a peanut, and after peanut breakout we have seen a follow-up buying, and today we have seen some sort of dip, but this dip should be used as a buying opportunity.
Okay.
If you look at the overall oscillators are also coming in slowly and gradually rising towards the upside with a positive bias. So definitely the momentum could be coming, or momentum could be strengthening in the coming days. If we see on the rupee dollar front also, rupee is going to show some sort of weakness from the current levels. So that could again benefit the IT companies. So I feel that any correction from current levels, maybe one can accumulate from current levels, that is maybe 1145 to 1120 for a target of 1260 with a stop loss of 1090 on the downside.
What time frame do you see the counter going about the 1200?
Maybe 1 or 2 months.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's the view that's coming in on HCL Tech. Kunal, HCL Tech, what's your sense?
Darshan, on a daily chart, it seems that the stock is forming a shooting star candlesticks formation. So, based on this formation, I can say that if stock plunge up to the level of 1120, 1100, after that one can get into the stock for the target of 1180. On a weekly chart, on a largest time frame, Darshan, the stock has been trading in a broadening rising wedge formation, and 1180 is the exactly resistance of its upper band of the broadening rising wedge formation. So, if it plunge up to the level of 1120, 1100, it would become a good buying opportunity, but up to the target of 1180.
Okay, and Brijesh, what's your sense?
See, no doubt the stock had today made a new 52-week high of 1169, but at what Kunal has said, it is in the process of making the shooting star formation, which is generally used as a reversal pattern. So at this juncture, I would be avoiding buy, but if it trades somewhere around 1120 or below that, one can take a buy call with the stop loss of 1070 and look for the target of 1225 to 1250 zone.
Okay, that's the view. Accumulate on declines is the view that's coming in on HCL Tech, and the final stock, at least from our analyst before Yash comes in again, is Kunal and his call on Dabur. If you can have the chart, Kunal, if you can come in. What makes it's a sell this time around? So it's the first sell call ADX. Yeah, please explain the chart.
There's over here, since last 3 days, stock has been trading. So the stock has already given a breakout of the symmetrical triangle formation over here. You can see, and has been trading below its lower band of symmetrical triangle formation. So it's like a bearish signal that we have already got on a daily chart. And somewhere around, if we can see, then the 200 DMA comes exactly at this level where stock was facing a strong resistance of the same. And so after facing a resistance, stock made a low below 395. So based on this chart formation, I have a bearish view on the stock, as well as if we see over here ADX, then ADX is trending in a negative zone below 25 plus with ADM plus and ADM minus negative crossover over here we can see. So even it indicates a negative break in the counter. So based on this ADS indicator plus based on this daily chart of symmetrical triangle formation, I have a negative view on the counter.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in. What's the target and what's the stop losses?
There's my SL would be like 420, and I'm seeing downfall up to the level of 360, 350.
Okay, that's the view. Thank you so much for that, Kunal. Brijesh, Dabur, is it a sell according to you also?
See, only condition applied is what if it trades below 395 or if it give closing below 390, because we have seen stock bouncing back from this level of 395 or 390. So till it doesn't break 390, I would be avoiding. If it breaks 390, then one can take a sell side with the stop loss of say 405 or say 400 and look for the target of 370, 375. So at this juncture, I would be avoiding.
Okay, avoid. What about you, Rahul?
Yeah, if we see it is coming, Dabur is from a consumption stock, and in the recent past also we have seen many whipsaws in the stock. So definitely yes, the stock is into deep oversold territory. As of now, it is trading strong, and definitely we could see some sort of before going down. I feel that we could see a pullback towards the level of maybe 410. Because that is the area where multiple times it has tested and again it has came back. It is into oversold territory. Definitely today's closing would be important, but unless it is sustaining about 390, I would not be selling. I would be waiting for the stock, to pull back. Okay, that's the view that's coming in on the final stock, which is Dabur India. And before we end, Yash joins us again with a chart on Power Finance Corporation. Yash, what do you have for us?
Darshan, PFC has been, come under some pressure over the last 3 to 4 trading sessions. In fact, all 4 days in this week, it has given a negative return. With this, the trend line, which is a green line over here, it has come very close to where the stock price is. Even today, it is down about 2 or 3 rupees, which is again very close to its day's lows right now at about 115 rupees. The green line of the trender, that is at the mark of 107.5. Shouldn't manage to break below that mark, we would see the trend line flip its color as it has done previously over the last 1 year period. You could see that every time that it has managed to go from green to red, we've seen a series of declines over a large period of time, which means that the Power Finance Corporation is very sensitive when it comes to the trender indicator, so watch out for that.
What's the historical trend been?
So Darshan, 5 out of the last 9 times that this has actually happened, the stock has managed to fall as much as 6.5% over the next 1 month.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in. PFC, Brijesh, what's your sense on PFC?
See, at this juncture, one can take a sell side, but multiple times the stock has given a bounce back from a range of 108 to 110 odd level. But on a higher side, 120 to 122 is acting as a resistance. The stock is playing in the range of 108 on a downside, followed by 122 on the higher side. So if someone wants to go for a sell side, keep a stop loss of 120 and play for the target of 108 or 110.
Okay, what about you, Rahul?
Yeah, definitely, I agree with him. the stock has seen a major resistance around the level of 125, and after multiple attempts it has failed to cross those levels, and currently it is trading weak. So as I said, 108 could be seen in the coming times. So definitely one can go short with a stop loss of 121 for a target of 108.
Okay, and Kunal, what's your sense?
There's on a weekly chart, the stock has completed its bearish harmonic ABCD formation, okay, and based on this formation, I am seeing a downside movement on the counter, and on a daily chart, the stock has been trading below its 21 DMA, so which also indicates a downside movement. So I have a same view. One can short at the present level with the SL of 121. Downside, I am seeing 108, and if it breaks, then we may see 98 level as well.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in on the final stock. But with that, it's a wrap on today's edition of Hot Money. Many thanks to all of my guests, Brijesh, Rahul, Kunal. Thank you so much for coming in. Ask BQ comes up next. Stay tuned to Bloomberg 20.